In ancient times, Yemen was known as Arabia Felix, meaning Happy Arabia. Today, it is one of the poorest countries in the world, with 40% unemployment. 30% of its people are undernourished, and the country faces political turmoil, with Houthis in the north fighting the government and rebels in the south calling for secession. Analysts say all this combines to make Yemen an attractive recruiting ground for al-Qaida in the Arabian Peninsula, the most active node of al-Qaeda's terrorism network. A year ago on Christmas Day, the so-called underwear bomber tried to take down a U.S. airliner with explosives hidden in his underwear and supplied by al-Qaida in Yemen. The terrorist group is also accused of an October plot to send bombs aboard U.S.-bound cargo planes. John Brennan is the top terrorism official at the White House.
Even if there were no threats to our security emanating from Yemen, the circumstances would be more than worthy of American attention. Yemen matters. The people of Yemen matter.
With that in mind, the U.S. raised assistance to Yemen 3 times this year to $300 million. That's more than a 1,200% increase over 2008, when the money topped out at $22 million. Mohammed al-Basha says his country is looking beyond Washington. He's with the Yemeni embassy in Washington.
This is a problem that has to be addressed and supported by regional and international partners.
Christopher Bosick has written widely on the Middle East. He says the U.S. should offer more.
The scope of American involvement does not match the rhetoric and the importance that Yemen poses to American domestic security.
Bosick says that security was recently compromised by WikiLeaks. One classified cable published by the website revealed that Yemen's nuclear material was left unsecured for a week. Another has Yemeni President Ali Abdullah Saleh claiming responsibility for airstrikes on al-Qaida, which were actually carried out by the U.S. Bosick says al-Qaida in the Arabian Peninsula, or AQAP, will use those revelations in their recruiting.
For sure, this will be used again by AQAP to show this regime is not acting in your interest. This is not a legitimate government.
To this, Brennan argues al-Qaida will twist anything it can to benefit its cause.
They are, as I said, a bunch of murderous thugs. They are individuals that are just determined to destroy and kill.
Meantime, most of the remaining detainees at the Guantanamo Bay prison are Yemeni nationals. Brennan says the U.S. has no indication that the 8 already repatriated from Guantanamo, including this man with the red-tinted beard, have returned to terrorism. Many say a post-release support program will guarantee they do not. But like everything else, that costs money. Again, Mohammed al-Basha.
The daunting social and economic challenges. That's what keeps me up at night.
Analysts agree the only policy that will ultimately work in Yemen must be twofold: security and reform, economic, social, and political. Yemen received an increase in aid this year, but experts agree the only thing that will achieve success in Yemen is to give more in 2011. Carolyn Pursuti, VOA News.